When the Europeans first moved over to the new land, which we now call the United States, they had dreams about living on their own in freedom and not having any pressure from the countries they came from. And so they came to the United States, which is called the United States now. Actually, it was just called America generally. They had all these hopes and dreams about having land. The problem is that it wasn't their land. They totally screwed the American Indians, the Native Americans, I should say. For example, one of the Brits actually gave a bead necklace to the Indians that lived on Manhattan Island, Manhattan, which was the name of an Indian tribe, and they for one necklace of beads they got the whole island of Manhattan. Well, that didn't just happen there; it happened all over the place. The Indians had no idea about money in the Western sense. They had much more spiritual views than the white man did. In fact, what's really, really, really interesting about the Indians is that some of the Europeans that came over actually looked at how the Indians were living, and they jumped ship. They actually started living with the Indians, the American Native Americans. So obviously the Western culture, the way the Western people generally live in the capitalistic systems and even in the communist systems, they don't have any clue how it is to live with nature. And we keep going further and further away from nature all the time. It pains me every time I see the forests being cut down just to build more houses. In fact, that's one of the main problems. In the West, the people moved west, and then later on, once they were living there, they started cutting down all the trees and building these houses that they thought were great, but all they were just empty houses. They didn't have any significance. An Native American teepee has more significance than a house that was built just quickly and just thrown up so somebody could have what they think of as their American dream. But that's not the American dream. The American dream is that everyone would be equal. And that's not even close to being the case in the world right now. No one's equal right now. No one. If you're just a different color or a different race, you're already looked down upon by the all-powerful white man. Whoever decided the white race should be the dominant one? Why isn't it the black race or the Chinese race or the Japanese, whatever other race? Why is it the white man? What happened? How did that happen in the beginning? How did borders get drawn in the beginning? They're not borders around the countries. They're put there by people that want to have land for themselves and make more money. It's not about helping other people. In any case, I guess I'm getting off the point a little bit, but anyway, the Native Americans were totally screwed over. When I was living in the Phoenix area, I went to a museum where they showed these poor Indian or Native American children that were forced to be westernized. They had to go to Western schools. They had to learn how to speak like the white man, and they were taken away from their families. I mean, how screwed up is the world right now? It's totally, totally screwed up. It's not balanced. The earth needs to be balanced. Especially the United States, where I grew up. It needs to get more balance. And it needs to replace certain people that are in office that might make the country a little bit better, but that also stop fighting in the United States. Stop hitting your heads together. The conservatives and the liberals, what does it really mean at the end of the day? No, think about it. We are all human beings. We are all connected, not just to each other, but also to every animal, every plant, every object in the world. We're all energy, and we're all connected to nature, to every tree, to every flower, to every microphone, to every piece of everything in the world. We're connected. In the universe, in the whole universe, everything is connected. So start thinking about helping your fellow man, and also start thinking about voting out the politicians that would actually tax the poor and not tax the rich. It's exactly the opposite. The rich should be taxed, and the poor shouldn't be. Talk about a backward system. But thank you for listening. Bye-bye.